so much fun.
Okay, how was it?
That was incredible. It was like kind of like driving like a land yacht, but it was amazing. I have never been so aware of the mustard and the mayonnaise, so I'm like consciously like.
But it's not that wide.
No, it's not.
It's really, it feels wide, but
No.
but looking behind it, it's not really that wide.
No, I don't think so at all.
It feels huge.
Yeah,
but
because the like up here, like on the engine, on the hood, it looks big, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
And you got to drive it in the twisty county roads.
Oh yeah.
I just drove it on the interstate.
Yeah, I think I needed some meclizine. That was fun. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Cara, and this is Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures.
And for the next 24 hours, we get to take this $450,000 Storyteller GXV Next on the trails. We get to sleep in it. We get to put it to the test.
This is our home for the next 24 hours.
And I can't wait.
Let's go.
This has got to be the coolest thing we have ever driven.
Yeah, I don't even know how to photograph it because I don't know what that frame. Like, I'm like, how big of a back do I need to be?
Needless to say, it's a little different than driving a Gladiator.
Slightly.
Just ever so slightly.
Yeah. It's so much fun though.
I mean, initial impressions are it drives very well. I mean, you can definitely tell it's huge.
Well, back there, whenever we were going through those whoops, you were like, oh, you were going a little bit fast.
Yeah, and you actually got the chance to drive it on the paved county roads.
Yeah.
And it wasn't swaying. It I mean, tracked really well.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with feeling of the pitch or anything.
This is truly one of those dream come true moments. I mean, you see these vehicles at the expos and you walk through them and you're just like, wow, that has got to be just an incredible machine to get to drive on the trails and camp in, live out of. And we were at the Moore Expo. They had this exact rig there, and met Steve, and we were just talking about, you know, how beautiful the rig was and all that stuff. And Steve said, you know what, if you've got time this week, come up, I'll give you a tour of the facilities, and I'll let you take one out. And so Cara and I cleared our schedules. Moore Expo ended on Saturday. Today is the next Wednesday, and here we are driving the Storyteller GXV Next. Formerly, it was a global expedition vehicle. I think the Adventure XT was what it was called. Here in the Mark Twain National Forest, in an area known as the Glade Tops. So Cara is obviously behind me in our new red Gladiator Ansel, because she has to leave first thing in the morning to head back home. I don't have to do that, so we're just cruising up here on the Glade Tops, and it's beautiful. And this thing, I mean, we're not doing anything super technical, obviously. That's not what these machines are built for. I mean, they can do some cool stuff, but obviously nothing like what, you know, our Gladiators are capable of. But I mean, these rigs are designed to be lived in. They're designed to be, I mean, they're designed for people who want to live on the road for extended periods of time. Much like we will be doing in a year and a half, or less than that. Fall of 25 is our goal for traveling full time. So it is just absolutely bonkers how nice this thing is. But I do want to thank Steve for allowing us to do this and for showing us around, because we've never been in this area before. And I'm just super pumped about today. I just can't even express how pumped I am about today. But when we get to camp, we'll give you a full tour of the inside and all that sort of stuff. But for right now, we're just going to enjoy the drive.
This is really cool. This is so cool. Izzy's back there sleeping. I'm gonna turn the fans down because Matt has like the Arctic in here. Other than the size, it's definitely manageable. Like, you see this vehicle and you think, oh man, that's huge. Obviously, it's not gonna fit in some of the places in the Ozarks. There's definitely, you know, you don't want to be driving it through the East Coast tight trails, but going out west and all of these places where it's wide open and you can just set up anywhere, heck yeah, this is definitely the way to go. I could live this lifestyle. I wouldn't mind. I'm super, super thankful for the opportunity that we are getting to take this out. This is so cool. This is a crazy, crazy cool life, and it's quite awesome. And we didn't air down, and we're just on basically gravel Forest County roads, and we didn't air down at all. And this drive's pretty solid. Like I feel like it drives really good.
It is really weird getting back in the Gladiator after driving the GXV Next for the last couple hours. This thing feels so tiny. And that thing just soaks up the bumps. The suspension on that thing is crazy. It's a liquid shock suspension. I'll go into more detail once we get to camp and can show it to you. But it does such an incredible job of soaking up the bumps. Better than the Gladiator. Well, we made it to camp, and gosh, it is beautiful. Just got this clearing right up here on this hill. Great view of the sunset. Look at that thing. Thing's just a monster. It was a lot of fun to drive. I can't wait to see what we do tomorrow before having to return it. That's gonna suck. But we will. We're gonna get some firewood and. We'll get set up a little bit, then I'll give you a tour of the inside. We did bring Izzy with us. This is her very first camping trip, and we gotta definitely educate her that this is not the norm. We're rooftop tent people, not that people. What you got there? Did you get a stick? That looks like fun, Mom.
Say we'll be those people if we want to be.
All right, let's go over the outside of the rig, and then we'll move to the inside. So it is obviously a Ram heavy-duty 5500 chassis, and they choose that one because apparently the frame is like super beefy. They pretty much gut the suspension on this thing and do these liquid springs, which are fully adjustable ride height. There's 5 different ride height settings, and we just learned that you can actually use them to sort of level it at camp front to back. But they do ride very, very well. I can vouch for that. And you can see those tubes right there. That's the reservoirs. And they are massive. Like, that's bigger than my axle on the Gladiator. Full steel front bumper with a 17,500 pound winch. This particular one's got KC Flex lights, I think, in the bumper, and some big giant LEDs up there on the roof. It is running on 41-inch tires. And there's 1, 2. This also has the winch that lets down the spare tire, which is super handy because those things are ridiculously heavy. This is rear access to that same panel over there. So 3. This one's a large storage area, outdoor shower. Up there is some of the electrical and plumbing and stuff like that. That's not storage. That's why it's so tall. This has the diesel heater in it, which is big enough and powerful enough to heat this thing. 5 storage compartments around the outside of the truck.
One of the things that I really love about the inside and well the outside of this too are the windows. These are incredibly built. Just the construction, you have the option of either having the screen, having it fully wide open if you don't have bugs, but you know, in the South we usually have bugs, so you have the screen, or you can lower it down to just allow a little bit of airflow in, or you can at night have it completely blacked out.
And then last but not least, on the outside, the ever practical AEV snorkel. You know, because if you're actually in water deep enough for the snorkel to be effective, you've made a horrible decision. So it's probably more for dust than anything. So I do like the way it looks. And of course, a retractable awning that will retract if it detects high wind. It will retract on its own if you accidentally start driving off and you didn't close it. So that's really nice.
Come on in.
Storage in this thing for days.
There is so much storage in here. And look at this. This has multiple purposes. You can do an air fryer, it can dehydrate, and it's also a convection oven. Pretty awesome.
That is a massive fridge freezer on top.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Big fridge on the bottom.
Yep.
Oh wow, we got drinks.
Oh yeah.
And we're cooking alligator for dinner tonight.
Heck yeah, we are. And then over here you have your sink, and you have your induction stove, and what I was showing you outside earlier. So you can go in. Those magnets are super strong. You can pull this in just to have a little bit of air. Lock them in these channels that they've already got made for you just to have that little bit of airflow. And you can kind of do whatever combination you want. Mix and match all the things.
In the bathroom, nice full-length mirror. Sink, toilet, little powder. I didn't even know that was in here.
Yeah, you can put like shampoo, conditioner.
Look at that.
And all of this wood up here is treated so that any water, it's not going to bother it.
And the sink faucet is also your shower head.
Yep.
Which I think is super handy.
Yeah, and all of this is actually teak, so that way it's not going to be affected by the water.
Storage and an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Toilet paper holder. I just thought through everything.
Yeah.
It does have
and I mean,
an air conditioner.
Look at this.
I love the latches.
I do too, but look how much storage there is. So there's storage there, there's storage here, there's storage down here.
And this is a closet. Like,
yeah.
You can actually hang your clothes up. And then all the electrical stuff is in here. So this has 1200 watts of solar on the roof, 3000 watt inverter, and how much amp hour?
1820.
What?
Oh, this one, 880, I'm sorry.
880 amp hours?
Yes, sir.
And 880 amp hours of power, which is quite a lot for a vehicle this size. These batteries are massive. All lithium, of course, so they're lighter weight, last a lot longer, much more energy efficient. And then all the controls are up here. So all the lights. Okay, I don't know what you did. You can
hit
control
the little hamburger on the wall. Oh,
everything.
now you're turning me off.
Look at that. I like how they fade on and off. Turn all the AC, all the DC. Let's see. There we go. So you can.
Those are your patterns right there.
We're using 11 amps right now.
We have every light on.
Gray water tank, fresh water tanks at capacity 90 gallons of fresh water. We've got 60 gallons. Holy cow, that's a bunch. We're pulling 0.2 amps from solar.
Which is very cloudy outside, so that's kind of impressive.
Awning in and out from here. Water heater, exhaust fan.
What did you say? So up here you have a queen size bed that is super comfortable. You have storage running the length of both sides. And then I actually have power over here to control all the lights. And then there's also these reading lights too. You want to not have everything being bright. Another cool thing is not only can you control the inside lights, if there's anything that's going on outside, you have the option of turning on a light that will get outside.
And cup holders.
And cup holders.
And I think it's pretty cool that there's this pass-through window here, so you could be driving down the road, and if you need something out of the fridge, you know, you can just hop out of your passenger, you can just hop out of the passenger seat, crawl through here, go get you a drink, come back. It's pretty cool.
Not only that, of like just being able to access it during the day, but like if it's raining or if it's snowing outside, you never have to get out. You can just stay in.
Izzy.
Izzy,
You sweet girl.
what's you doing? Hi. Hi. You gonna come up here? Hi. What's you doing?
Ooh, isn't that cool?
What you doing, Izzy? I could get used to having an inside space like this.
No, no, right?
Oh, we did that.
It's like by that waterfall where you go to the little speed trap, you know, don't be that guy.
All right, we got the alligator going on the scuttle. Got the rice inside on the induction cooktop. We are seasoning the alligator with this fat bottom barbecue seasoning that one of our subscribers brought me at the Moore Expo, and this stuff smells amazing. I can't wait to see what this gator tastes like with it. The gator is absolutely delicious.
I don't even know how to choose a gator.
It's like chicken nuggets.
Oh, really?
It's the best chicken you'll ever have.
Best chicken.
I'm serious.
It is.
I've only had fried gator.
Well, that is the best gator you'll ever have.
I mean, 5 minutes on the scuttle and you're done. So how do you guys split up chores? You do all the editing, Matt?
Yeah. I don't do any editing. That's really good.
See?
Delicious.
You mean as far as
You know, just, you know.
video stuff?
Well, that and just, it's a business. You're running a business, right?
Oh, your headlamp's on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I am all the YouTube, and she is all the Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
I love you.
Love you. Good night. Good night. Alright, let's out.
Izzy, come on. You gotta go outside. Come on. You gotta go potty. Come on. Let's go.
She says, I'm good.
I think she's cozy.
She says, it's cozy.
Yeah.
Let's go sleep now.
Come on. You gotta go potty. Come on. Come on. Since you have to leave us and head home, and we do not, me and the rabbit koala do not. Initial impressions?
I love it. I slept really good last night.
I did too.
I was a little chilly. Wish it was a bit warmer. But, you know, we brought our own bedding.
Yeah. And trails. Well, of course, all we've done is really dirt roads here.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't want to take this on anything. Like, you're not wanting to take it on Pritchett. Or, you know, or any, like, you know,
Yeah.
like trails. Like, I would take it on, there's a lot, like, I was thinking about it last night, like, Overpass. I would do that.
Mhm.
Like, you would take it on a lot of the passes, the Alpine Loop.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just, like, find places to camp along the way and just, that's one of the perks about it is, like, you get there and you're like, boom, done. Because everything's here.
And I think that's the thing. This will get to pretty much any campsite,
Oh, yeah.
which is the goal.
Well, and it would
And then you'd have, I mean, we
Mhm.
would have
The
the
Jeep.
Gladiator to go explore and run harder
Yeah.
trails and, you know, do those things.
Yeah.
But I'm generally can't think of only just a few campsites
Yeah.
that this wouldn't get to.
Come on, it's another day of adventure. Oh, yeah?
Bye, love you.
Oh, yeah. It is. Izzy.
Well, so
I raised the suspension all the way up to high, and holy crap, that thing gets even bigger. And he's got all kinds of ground clearance. That's got more ground clearance than my Gladiator. That's crazy. Alright, we're off. We're going to see what we can find. We're going to see if we can find a couple more epic views through the Mark Twain National Forest. Got Izzy as my co-pilot today. And something rattling in the back that I didn't put up right. I'll figure that out later. Let's see, take a right here. It is surprising, I hate to use the word nimble, but like the turning radius of this thing is a lot better than I expected it to be. It can take some tight corners into places. It's gonna feel really weird getting back in my Gladiator and driving home. Won't feel like I'm in a little bitty tiny truck. Well, sadly, I think the rain is going to shut down some of the filming I wanted to do, just because of the drone. It's starting to rain pretty good, and the temps are dropping, and I'm getting cold. Wow. Heck of a view. Well, we are back on pavement, and with the weather shutting us down, there's some heavier rains moving in. We're gonna head back to the Storyteller Global Expedition Vehicles office in Springfield, Missouri. It is crazy to me that this stuff is hand-built by a team of 14. They're in the shop. That's wild to me. Steve was telling me last night that they just recently won an award for the design of, I think they call it the capsule on the back. But they just recently won a design award. It is very well thought out, and there is no wasted space back there. And it's made of a composite of fiberglass, Kevlar, and carbon fiber. So I think if you do run into, you know, brush the occasional low limb, I think you'll be okay. Well, Izzy and I are back in the baby Jeep, the tiny truck, saying goodbye. Bye, GXV. You are awesome. Whew, and it is pouring down rain. This is gonna be a fun drive home. But some final thoughts as we were driving back. Here. It is one incredibly well built, massive piece of off-road machinery. I mean, it is just, it is bonkers. It is so well, the interior is so well thought out. And I mean, it's expensive. I mean, $450,000 for a rig like that. But when you consider, you know, for the most part, I mean, like that's a home on wheels. That's actually bigger and cheaper than some New York City apartments. So, you know, got to put it in perspective, I guess. I loved it. Izzy, that as your first camping trip, don't get used to that, okay? Because we're rooftop tent people. I mean, that's fancy for some people, but we're rooftop tent people. So we'll have to get you in a rooftop tent, and you know, not be the bougie Frenchie. So, anyhow, let me know in the comments what you think. I had a blast. Cara had a blast. You know, and it's just getting us thinking of ideas for when we're traveling full time in a year and a half. You know, I mean, that's a big truck. You know, so are we thinking about something like that? I don't know. I mean, we've got a year and a half to figure that out. You know, that's the year and a half to figure out the budget for something like that. So I don't know. I mean, there's other options out there. We're just going to keep exploring. But that was a dream moment to be able to drive a rig like that we've seen at the expos and oohed and awed over them. But to be able to drive it and take it out and sleep in it, cook in it, that was a dream come true. So curious what your comments are. If you would, you know, like, subscribe, give us the YouTube love. Check out the GXV Next, now by Storyteller, formerly by Global Expedition Vehicles. And you know, let me know what you think in the comments. If you would, check out the Patreon link. If you like the channel, you want to consider supporting us, gain access to special events, special content, all of our GPS data, and for all of our merchandise, which I really should have a hat on right now, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. I'll see you next time. Bye.